Okay, so we're coming back at it real fast one more time. Off the heels of my previous video for Atherak filling the urns 3 ways, we had a really great conversation in the Discord about how overcomplicated all of that was. We can actually do this much better with 27 points models. Let me take a quick look. 27 points worth of models, stones worth of models. The Urnbearer, Gwyll, and Cavern Nephilim. And I want to really throw a huge shout out to Saber, who was able to help us really just fine tune it. We just had multiple iterations where we all went back and back. Like, what if we did this? What if we did this? And that's exactly the kind of aha moments and stuff that I absolutely love about this game. So let's check it out. Digging into it, we've already gone over the models before. So I'm not gonna hit the cards. We're just gonna go with only these models on the field. Fill in everything else with what you like. Put an upgrade on Marathon if you want, but these are just the cost. 27 stones is just the cost of these three models. We're in Kastore 2, and all of this is in keyword, which means you can do it in either Neverborn or in Rezzers. We will start with the Cavern Nephilim. Cavern Nephilim will Faith in the Flesh first before it regens. Faith in Flesh, take a damage. Overheal Kastore, size 4. And we get a shielded over here because we see an overheal happen. Kastore gets to move 2. So we're going to throw him up the board just a little bit. 2 inches up here. That will proc Pools of Blood. So we're doing another shielded over here. We're going to go again. Let's take our lane. Okay, so we have procced once from Faith in the Flesh. We procced a second time overheal from Pools of Blood, so that's done. Now let's come over here and do regen. Cavern Nephilim regens and its own Faith in the Flesh procs. We overheal Urnbearer. Sees it, so the regen happens here. We're gonna move 2 inches over this way and then do Cavern Nephilim things where we don't care about models and terrain. And just go like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then we have ambush, so why not? Cavern Nephilim is done. Next, we're actually gonna go with the Urnbearer. Urnbearer will Faith in the Flesh, overheal Kastore. Kastore is it within 4. So we take 1 damage, 1 shielded off. We overheal Kastore. Kastore moves 2 for his Faith in the Flesh. We get that shielded back because you overhealed within 4. Now we're gonna charge Kastore. So this is gonna come up, and we got 5 inches of movement and 1 inch of melee. This is just gonna allow us to kind of go anywhere in here that we want. So I'm gonna copy, take this, and we want to go in base contact. Important, because we're gonna scoot for 2, and we want to make sure our auras are all aligned. So this should work because circles. Kastore's gonna relent. We need our hand. Let's shuffle, draw cards, burn a card. Okay, so now we attack, and Kastore is hard to wound. There is damage here. Feast on the Faithful is gonna go off, and that's going to heal Kastore 1 instead of taking damage. So we move, we overheal, so we see shielded. Because we were in base, we know for a fact that we're gonna be within 2 inches. So we go again for Pools of Blood. Will go off now that we're during the Urnbearer's activation. So we get yet another shielded, and we get another 2 inches of move. And then, because if we're in base contact, we get 2 inches from the first heal and 2 inches from the second heal, so we know we're exactly 4 inches apart. So if we had come at a different angle from Kastore, we would guarantee this to go off as well. We're going to go ahead and now dump the urn. So the Urnbearer, empty the urn. That's just going to go off within 4 inches. We take 3 shielded off. 1, 2, 3. Kastore overheals again. He gets another 2 inches. We're going to target this lane over here. That overheal happened at 4 inches before he left, so I actually do get another shielded. And for our final trick, we will be doing a lure on Gwyll. We need a 6 for this to go off, so we flip a card, we get exact change. Gwill's going to move 5 inches towards the Urnbearer. I'm going to go ahead and select this point and this point, so we have some... Trying to get Gwyll as far up as we possibly can. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Basically got to be in base here due to towards and away rules. And now the Urnbearer is done. So now let's hit up Gwyll. At this point, he's going to decay Kastore. Kastore is 8 inches away, or within 8 inches, decay is 8 inches. This map and the size of Kastore, we could have slid him to the left a little bit, no harm, no foul. That way we're not hitting concealment, flipping unnecessary cards. So decay goes off, we're gonna hit him. Black Joker, perfect time for the Black Joker, go figure. Because that was a relent, we are gonna go ahead and declare the baked in life and death trigger on Gwyl's decay. We're gonna do 4 cards, pick the worst. Wow, Black Joker with a bunch of moderates, but it doesn't matter. So a couple things, because we're in Gwyl's turn and we have decay, we get lots of shenanigans happening. We get life and death when resolving friendly living models that would be damaged by this action. Instead, heal 2. Actually, we don't get lots, we just get these. So we're healing because we're not taking damage. That goes Faith in the Flesh. And then Gwyll has 8 inches. So what we can do, you can clip him again. And I also forgot to give Kastore focus from emptying the urns. But what I would prefer to do, since we have so much mobility in this crew, is to come up and give Kastore some wise counsel. So instead of 8, we're going to walk 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, get within 4 inches. We need to flip a 4. We got a 4. Kastore gets focus 2, has not activated, and that is the end of Gwyl's turn. So this is where things get extra terrifying for your opponent. Look at, like, Kastore has got, I'm going to copy him really fast, bring him straight down, throw up an aura. This is 10 inches. Is that really 10 inches? Yeah. 10 inches. Let's keep going. 14 inches. So he's got like 13 and a half, 14 inches of just free movement. 2 focus, full health, prior to activating, standard deployment, and depending on when you use his Broodmaster's Blade, stone for the tome, obviously, you can do lots of things. You can charge into their face. He doesn't care about severe or hazardous, but he does care about this big blocking rock. He can see over top of it because he's size 4. But, you know, he can 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is pretty much right in the middle of your opponent's deployment on activation 4. So he's probably got a lot of juicy targets already that's available to him. And then you can stone for a tome to guarantee the Bloodbound trigger, and Kastore 2 with the tome trigger. So I've asked about this in my local Discord, and the way the trigger was explained to me was that generated actions will always bump to the end of the line. And this is something that confused me when I first looked at the card. I looked at Broodmaster's Blade and the Bloodbound tome trigger on there and assumed incorrectly that I would charge first and then place. And if you're like me and you're confused as well, hopefully what I have on the screen here, page 35 in the rulebook, can help clarify this. So this basically just says, you know, you don't do the next action until the first one is complete. Broodmaster's Blade creates the next action, and it is not considered to be complete until you go through the triggers part of that action. So mentally shortcutting and trying to condense this just means that we will place first because we have to finish the triggers, and then we will do the next action that was generated from the bonus, which is Marathine takes a charge. Maybe I get another 2 inches of movement from the overheal, and then I can kidnap, bring people back, do whatever I want. So if you really want to get in your opponent's face and come at them with Kastore 2 with 2 focus, they should be very afraid. He's just everywhere. He can be anywhere. Hope you enjoy. Sorry for all the victims that this video creates.